Hi again, everyone. We're going to pick right up where we left off in our last one. So we just finished doing the example of adding the example user and setting up his web page in the UserDir format. What we want to do now is we want to go in and just add some of those extra directives that we saw in play. So we're going to come down to that section where all that good stuff was, and you'll see that we had this block of things inside of a directory directive. So what the directory directive does is it lets us change the rules inside of a directory as it's set up on the server. So anything that's in /home something /public HTML is going to follow a different set of rules than the main part of our setup. So what we're going to do quite quickly is just remove all of those directives, or all those comments, to turn those directives on. So we're just going to again go with the default setup that's here. We're going to save that file. Now we're going to go back to the Edward B example, and we're going to remove the index file. Alright, so when I go to surf to the Edward B directory now, I'm going to get a forbidden error because I haven't restarted my web server yet. So because I made a change to my config file to turn some things on, and I didn't restart my web server, this is what I end up with. If I come back to here, let's edit. You'll notice that there's nothing there. I'm still going to create a new file, but instead of calling it index this time, I'm going to call it testpage.html. And in my test page, I'm going to edit it very quickly so that it just says test page. And we will save that without issue. So again, we only have test page here. If I go to search for that directory, you'll see that it's still forbidden. If I go straight for the HTML page in question, I'll actually get that. The reason it's forbidden is that the basic rules don't allow for me to get a directory listing. So if I don't tell exactly the web server exactly where to look, it doesn't know how to. So I'm just going to go back to my error page, and then I'm going to come back and restart my server. Oop. Service HTTPD restart. There we go. So our web server will stop, our web server will start. Now when I refresh here, I'm going to get a different display. I'm actually going to get an index of what's in this particular folder. So now, even if the folder is empty, this is what I'm going to get. To show this in action, I'm going to create a second example user. I'll just call him listing for right now. So I set the password for listing just like I did in the last video clip, and now I'm going to try to go through and find listing. Again, I get my forbidden rule. The reason I get my forbidden rule is I don't have execute permission on my root folder. Once I do this, I'm going to get a broken link because I haven't created my web page yet, or my web folder yet. Now once I've done this and I hit reload, I actually get the directory listing right away instead of another forbidden error like we've done before. Again, because this is a setup where the user is not going to own his files, I really need to go in and change who owns the public HTML folder. And I want to do that using a chown command. I usually put the -r on it just to play it safe. And I'm going to change the ownership to the listing user for the public HTML directory and all of its subdirectories if they happen to be any. And we're good to go. Alright, that kind of covers off the stuff for the UserDir directive for Linux. I'll have some more videos up for you in the next little while on how some of the directives work inside of the WAMP server. Alright, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.